Hey, I'm Jeremy with Push Leads. We help small businesses get more leads without struggle or frustration, and answering a common question that we get asked quite frequently: why isn't my business showing up on Google Maps? And of course, everyone knows this. If you're not at the top of Google Maps, then you're losing the jobs before even the phone rings. So let's take a look at this. So the local pack or showing up at the top of Google Maps is really the most valuable real estate in a local search. Even with AI, becoming on the scene, and a lot of clicks are going towards AI. But regardless of all that, 61% of all the clicks are captured by the top three positions in Google Maps. And that being in Google Maps means that you get 126% more traffic than at the middle or the bottom of Google's first page. And that represents 93% more calls and bookings. So if you're not in that box, then you're basically background noise. You're invisible. And having a website is not enough. A common misconception is most people think, hey, I have a website, I'm on Google. The reality is a website does not get you into this local map pack. It's your Google business profile that gets you there. And most Google business profiles are only doing like 40% of the job to show up in Google. So what actually controls your ranking is relevance, distance, and prominence. Relevance is, does your profile clearly state what you do and where you do it? Do the words match what you do? Distance, how close is your listed address to the service area? And then prominence, do you have good reviews? Are you posting pretty frequently on Google Maps, your Google business listing? And do you have consistent info across the web? Like, do you have other map listings like on Yelp and other places? Facebook, do they all have the same name, address, and phone number? So you can't move your building, but you can fix sort of prominence and relevance, and you can do things like, posting more frequently. So 5 things that are killing your Google Map pack ranking right now. You probably have the wrong category. So if you're a kitchen remodeler and you have general contractor, that's not going to be good. You need to have the right category. Let's say you haven't uploaded photos in the last 6 months. You really need photos or videos. Honestly, if you're a remodeler or a restoration company, you need to have photos and videos of your most recent jobs on there. More videos than photos, but photos are great too. In fact, actually a business listing that has 100 photos on it has proven to show up more in Google searches than a listing that has 5 or 10. And then the trailing review velocity, it's not just about getting more reviews, it's about getting them steadily over time. And what if you're missing services in your profile? Like if you do duct cleaning and that's not in there, then you're not going to show up for duct cleaning near me. Kind of obvious. And then we talked about this a second ago, inconsistent NAP, name, address, phone number. If you have old phone numbers or old websites, or even you change a business name, if none of those match up or any of those are separate, those are conflicting signals, and Google does not like that. And of course, we have the zero-click search. Zero-click search, it's changing everything. The new battlefield inside Google is that more than two in 3 searches end without a single click. So the winners aren't the ones that had the best websites. They're the ones that are showing up in the Mac Pack. They're the ones that they're showing up in the knowledge panel in the review snippet. And so with AI, a lot of us are using AI. About half of us are using AI now. And if you're not thinking about that, then you're losing business. So the zero-click thing is relatively huge. So run your own audit this week. Take a look at your primary category. Look at your complete services list. Make sure you have descriptions of all your services, not just, hey, I'm an acupuncturist. Hey, I'm a remodeler. Make sure you have at least 1 or 2 or a dozen, 100 photos updated in the last 30 days. And make sure your review count is higher than your top 2 competitors. My suggestion for getting more reviews is sending a text message from your phone or from a business line that can send and receive text messages. It's a number that your customers know it's from you. Ask them to review you or use a system to review you. So that's kind of your challenge this week. And it's almost always these 5 things: the wrong category, stale photos that haven't been done recently. You're not doing enough reviews. You're not getting enough reviews. Maybe your services are missing descriptions, and maybe you have different phone numbers or different names or different websites across your NAP, name, address, phone number. So you can get a free Google Business Profile audit with no pitch. So the way we kind of work is we believe in ethical marketing at Push Leads. This means that we just have a conversation, explore things together, and figure out, are we a good fit? I just sat down with a potential restoration client, and whereas many other SEO companies actually don't do any work, some do some work, this company appears to be doing some work. I did the research and figured out, hey, they're doing some work. But his issue was, hey, I know work is happening, but my leads are inconsistent. And the agency has everything on their Google, everything on their profile. So their Google ads, their LSA, call rail, all that stuff is managed internally, and this agency isn't being transparent about any of the work. I don't work that way. What we do is we build everything in your Google Ads. We build LSA together, and I think transparency is super huge. And we do monthly or quarterly. We don't even have annual contracts. So it's really like, hey, work with somebody who can actually show you the work that's being done, and insist that your company, your SEO company, does weekly meetings with you or monthly meetings if they're not doing their job. So book your free audit here. You can get a free Google Business audit, no pitch. We'll just run the same teardown in your business and help you out there. So I'm Jeremy with Push Leads. We help small businesses get more leads without struggle or frustration. Talk to you soon.